Hi guys, so today I'm going to play with some of the things I recently got in. Mainly it's the Heartfelt Creations Fancy Classic Rectangle Frame die set. It just looks awesome. It makes a really nice big card is what it looks like. So if I have links in the description box for some of these items, those would be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you were purchase items to those links. So it looks like it's just shy of probably 5 by 7. I'm looking at this outer die because there are several dies in here. There's 5. Or there are 5. Let's see here. Yeah, so it's just shy of 7, just shy of 5, you know. So what I think I'm going to do is make a shaped card base. So we have this outer die. And then we have this pretty guy that just makes like a little frame, kind of like this. So this part is gone. It's going to be like this little, just delicate frame layer. There's another delicate frame layer. There's this one that keeps the mat inside of it. So we'll probably use that too, just because we need something to kind of anchor everything. And then there's just this pretty piece here that I think would be really cute if you fold it in half and put it like on a hidden altar paper clip or something. I don't know. It's really pretty. It's this piece here. It's not super small. But the paper I was going to use is Magical Thinking. I just picked up from Michael's. I actually ordered online, but I think this pink paper will look really pretty with that delicate frame, and then a gorgeous background piece. And of course, this one already catches my attention as soon as I saw it. And I'm like, oh, this would be so pretty. So actually, I mean, there's just so many pieces in here that just are so pretty. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Okay, fine. I'll use this paper and this one. I mean, they all coordinates. That's the whole point of the coordinating paper pack, right? Let me take these 2 pages out. So we're going to use these guys. I am going to make a card base, so I do need to grab some paper for that. So let me grab something. It's basically not going to be visible because this is going to sit right on top of it anyway. It's going to be the exact same shape as this, minus like a little hinge area. So this piece is going to sit on top, but I want more butterflies. I probably want it like this, because this piece is very lacy and it's going to sit on top, so you can still see that butterfly, and maybe this one. Actually, let's bring it down like this. So again, I'm selecting, you know, what I want from this paper, or even this one here. No, let's do this one. So I'm going to waste a little bit of paper where I can use it for something else. What I'm looking at is, like, when I put this frame piece on top, it's delicate, so it's not going to, like, cover up everything, but you can still see something, right? Like this butterfly down here, a little bit of that guy, if this was in here, you know? And like I said, it's delicate, so it's not going to completely cover everything. So yeah, I'm going to run this one through with this. I'm going to run this one through, just, you know, trim this down and basically tape that down so it doesn't move from there. And I'll be right back with a card base, what's going to be the card base, okay? So this little guy. Again, I just tape it down where I wanted it. And then we have this one that I'll need to clean out, I'm sure. Let me see if I can get this going. Hold on. I want to be careful with this guy. It looks like, oh, so pretty. Look at that. So that's kind of what I was saying. It's so like delicate that it's not going to cover up everything, but you can still see the butterflies behind there. But I still want to be strategic about where I put it. Okay, that's gorgeous. Look at, love it. And then this guy, we are going to tape down. And then we even have this piece if you want to put this piece back in, you know. And you can leave it like that. Sorry, my son came down, so I just popped that in there. But look at that. I mean, that looks gorgeous, but I want my background paper to show. So I can keep this for another time. Maybe finish up another card, or at least get a card base going and have that ready. So this is just a piece of cardstock. Oh my goodness. Where are my scoring boards? I was working on a project that I had to turn into tonic, and I used both of my scoring boards, like the large one and this one. I forgot, I have the big mega scoring board from Crafts Companion. I don't know why. Well, I normally work with these sizes, but the other one's nice to have because I don't have to like flip the paper to go and score this side. You just keep going because the thing is like over 12 inches wide. But anyway, for this one, again, this is a standard A2 size paper, so it's 8.5 by 11. I don't really care about wasting some of it, but if you don't want to waste your paper, you know, you want to be a little more strategic. I'm just going to score this at 5.5 just to get it scored in half. This is some really thick 300 GSM paper from Hobby Lobby. Probably don't need it to be this thick, but this is what I have, so that's what I'll be using. The paper in the stack is a little bit thin. Like, I don't want this to be my card base, you know what I'm saying? It's too thin, in my opinion. Even if you are layering it up. So on this one, all we're going to do now, let's say you wanted it to be going this way, you would have to do some fun things to make that work because obviously your paper is only so long. But you can definitely get it to work. You probably just have to do 2 pieces and hinge them, you know, glue it together. For now, I can either skip that whole thing or just get it really close. You know, it just depends whatever look you like. I'm just going to get this as close as I can without... and leaving some off the edge, because that's what's going to leave you a hinge to make a card. And you really want to tape this guy down. Let me see, that's a little uneven compared to this end. There we go. Okay, I'm just going to run this through my die cutting machine and we'll have a shaped card base. Again, always leave a piece of the edge hanging off. Okay guys, so we have that there. Again, this is 300 GSM cardstock, so this went through essentially 600 GSM. So what I did is I went one way and then I just brought it back without even like opening it up, because just to give it another chance to get through the paper, and we did great. And what I mean by that is just roll it through and then roll it back. Or if you have a machine that has a reverse, just let it go through and then reverse back, or catch it and then put it through again. However you want to do that. But there it is. Shaped card base. And I'm going to go ahead and just glue this down. So right now, sorry, I have stuff all over the place. That is junk, and that is not, and this is not. Okay. So for now, I'm just going to glue these bits down, and here we go. And then we'll go from there. So I'm not exactly sure what I want to do with the rest of this guy. Some of this is going to be hanging off the edge, so honestly, if anything, I'm going to put the glue on this. Right up to the edge. Because you want this held down really nicely. This is exactly the same shape, right? So put glue on here. That way I know exactly where we need it to be over here on this side. Just pop that on. Line it up. And then this little guy. Oh, and then I have people ask all the time where I got this glue. So these are 2 different things. The glue that's in here is art glitter glue, and the bottle is from Amazon. I'll link both in the description box if I recall to do that. I know a lot of times I change out the kind of glues I use, but I've been using Nuvo Deluxe adhesive for a long time. And I would still use this, it's just I put this in a fine point bottle, you know. So there's that guy, looking good. And then this little guy. Now, even with this, I still... So if you watch, like, Heartfelt Creations videos, they're awesome. I love the way Emma is just like, doot, 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 you know, like a crafter. I still like to put glue on the back of my hand, but she'll just, like, dab some here and there, and then go from there. So whatever it is, however you like to glue stuff down, you know, this is delicate and has all these pretty little areas. So for me, I would like to keep it glued down as much as I can, which normally what I do is I put glue on the back of my hand, even from a bottle like this, and I pat, pat, pat this into my hand, right? So whatever it is that you like to do to make sure that your project stays down. And then too, it depends on all the stuff that you put on top. Do you put a lot of things on top that will also help anchor this? Or, you know, for me, I think I'm not going to put too many things today. I actually don't know what I'm going to put, but I'm assuming there's something in the paper pack that helps me do a topper. Maybe I'll grab some things from previous swaps. We'll see. I just wanted to try out some of this stuff and make a nice big card. Okay, now this is super delicate, so I'm going to do a start like down in here. Recently I've been dropping all my papers just like you just saw. I'm going to start down in here and kind of line that up, making sure I'm in where I think I need to be. And then just maneuver the rest of it. You know? So with art glitter, you do have a second to move it. With Nuvo Deluxe, it's like, we are done. Almost as soon as you put it down. It's just ready to go. Okay, I'm going to clean up my hands, clean up this area, and then we'll continue on with our card. But look how pretty for now. Okay guys, so that's all glued down, set up, and... So I was going to use this one and then let it have that center, you know, that matte layer, but then it's going to cover up a lot of the flowers, and I'm like, well, I mean, it's not the biggest deal, I guess. Curious, because of that I figured, you know what, I'll just do this one in like gold but it's going to cover up more of the butterflies, you know. Let's see. You know what? I'll run this through some gold paper just to see what it looks like anyway. Actually, yeah, gold paper. I was going to do black just to bring like the black back into like the paper pack, but I think gold will be sweet. So let me run this through. I'll just use the matte gold, like the Anna Griffin gold. I was thinking about doing the shiny gold, but I'll just run this through right quick. We'll have that. And then if that doesn't work out for me, if I rather, I'll go with the next matte layer down. But for now, we'll do this guy. And this guy actually fits in here in the negative part, that if we want to use that later. But anyway, I'll run this through and I'll be right back. Do that. Oh, here we go. So pretty. Okay, I'm going to clean this up. I just want to show you guys kind of how it comes out, you know, just out of the machine. Earlier I did use the tangerine for the first cutting that I was doing, because that way I can put both things that I was cutting at the same time. And this time I'm using this guy. So, just something a little different. These will definitely fit in the marquee. Of course, the larger die would not, but I'll be right back. Okay, so let's bring this back. Oh yeah, look how soft and pretty that is. I mean, it's covering up some of the butterfly, but you still see that. And it's just so springy. Oh, love it, love it, love it. Now, what I was thinking about doing is, you know, put like a little sentiment or something in here. Maybe something, probably up here then, huh? So it doesn't cover these guys. We'll see. And then the other thing is, too, you know, you could orient it this way. I just oriented it this way, but if I had cut it before thinking about that, I would have set up that outer die in a way that would make sense for it to be the other way. Look how pretty. And then, you know, I have, I brought this little guy out. I have tons of flowers that I already made, and I saw these had pink ones. You know, I'll just look around and see what I have possibly from different swaps that would coordinate possibly, you know, with what's going on here, and maybe a sentiment. So I'm just having some fun. I mean, it doesn't have to everything. It's just like if you obviously don't, maybe didn't join a swap, you don't have stuff like this, but I'm sure you have plenty of pre-made store-bought flowers, you know, stuff like that. Let me think how I want to finish this off. I'm going to definitely just glue this down. So just like I did before, I put some glue on the back of this and put it on my hand, since I didn't even wash that off yet, and glue that down, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I just want to show you kind of what I came up with. Ooh, look at this. I just saw some of these little guys. Of course, you know, adding in lots of fun things. Maybe I will add some of those in. I just have this stack of these, you know, flower centers that are literally, I should put them in something else. They're just here. You know what? I will put them in something else today, because that's a disgrace. But anyway, let me put this to the side here. So I went through and I found like that cute little flower, and I think I will pop some of these in here. Or maybe down here. No. We'll see. Or maybe just a few. It doesn't have to be like all 6, right? Maybe I can cut these. Just have some here. That'd be cute. Okay. And maybe some down here too. Yeah, I went through some different swaps. I could see that in the bag, in this one, the glassine bag, that there was some, like this color here. I thought that was a nice colorway. And so I chose that as a sentiment. Again, die cut whatever you got. I'm just using some of these pretty things, and then some flowers from the different swaps. Or actually from the first potpourri swap, because the tags that are in here, or like the items that are in here that I can die cut, because sometimes I've shown you guys you can just obviously die cut these pieces. They're just, I don't know, they didn't really work out for what I was looking for, you know. This is really cute. This would be cute to die cut, or even have in the center, or use the die if I had it oriented this way. You know, some of these things just didn't work out for me, so I went looking for other things. I still, look at this, I'm just in love with it. Let me put this back where I keep it, over here on my little area here. And this ready? Not quite ready, so let's let this warm up. Is it even on? Yeah, it's on. Okay. You know, I have little plugs back here. I'm like, oh, plugged in the right thing, but I did. Okay, so it's gonna be something like this, and I'm gonna hot glue everything, so that's what I'm waiting for. Pretty much here. This is going to be popped up a little bit so that these other items tuck in behind. So while I'm waiting, I'm just going to clean up a little bit, and I'll be right back. We might be ready. So what I'm going to do is put a little bit of hot glue just here, because I know that's going to hold down this guy. Okay. And then with this little buddy, what I'm going to do next is probably put this guy down. And I'm going to put a lot of hot glue, so it's kind of like a dimensional thing. You know, Obviously it'll flatten out if I really push it down, but I'm going to leave it so it's a little bit high still. And I'm going to hold it actually until it's set. That way it stays set up high. So I'm going to hold that and I'll be right back. Setting up, I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue on this. So I'm going to tuck that back in here. As far in as I can push it. And then this little guy. There. Actually, I don't want that. Right there. It needs to go up a little more. There we go. So with hot glue, of course, once you place it, it's pretty much going to harden on you, so you got to be a little bit more careful. There. Do I put these guys in there? They're cute, but I don't really know what they're going to look like, so I hate to do it and then be like, nope, that's not what I wanted at all. I think we're okay. But they are pretty cute. Look at the little pale pink that they have on them. Okay, I'm going to let this set up for just a second. I'll be right back. I think that's it. So, again, we have that paper in the background that's, you know, a little busy, and I kind of wanted it to show through, even though it's in the background. I hope that makes sense. So that's why I went light here. We did that little gossamer gold frame, and then just topped it off with some little, like, you know, if you're not even looking, you might not even see this, but then you're like, oh, the little dandelion, so cute, and then a little flower, and then so glad we're friends. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Shaped card, you know, using the Heartfelt Creations, and new papers, things in your stash, and I'll have links in the description box as appropriate, and I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye now.